Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Sharing Truth with Matt. Today I'm talking to East Coast Road. How are you guys?
Yeah, good mate.
Thanks, Matt.
Excellent. As usual, I start off with the question: who thought of the name, and has it got a special meaning?
Well, yeah, the name was put up by a mate of ours, JF, and I'm not sure how he came up with it. Oh, yeah, when we formed the band, there was big East Coast load, like weather events happening in Newcastle, and I think the idea of it was kind of a cool name, and it's a topical thing. So yeah, that's
Could have called it Passion Balkan too.
yeah.
I think there's a band.
Is
Anyway,
it?
John Fulton. You or gave him a record or something.
Yeah.
Thank you for interesting.
It's just not going to
So I
stop.
don't think we can agree on anything else. So that's start.
That's it.
No one wants to call it a band.
That makes sense. So, as you were growing up, this one's for each of you. As you were growing up, what music were you subjected to? What did your parents play on the stereo record player?
What music did you
grow up with? What did
your parents spinning when you were driving in the car with your folks and that?
Beatles, Meatloaf, Patti Smith, Stuart Clark, all those oldies, Kids, Stones.
That's cool. My focus is probably more Cat Stevens, Simon and Garfunkel, which was all good, but it's probably more in the folksy.
Bee Gees.
Beatles, of course, but yeah, all that good stuff. Still listen to them.
Oh, my focus was all stuff from the 1920s. I didn't really latch on to that stuff, but growing up, it was, the Beatles and, they were, the late Beatles hit on the AM radio. I still remember Mum standing at the ironing board, and the DJ announcing the latest Beatles.
The latest Beatles.
Yeah. giving away my age. Yeah, Kinks too. That's all this kind of stuff that I learned from. And then in the 70s, it was sort of more glam. I loved all the kind of glam stuff, Bowie and
Bowie,
True.
and punk
Yeah.
later.
Yeah. We didn't have many records at our joint, but we had the Red Beatles double album compilation, the earliest stuff. I had like a Del Shannon record. It's pretty good, still good. Buddy Holly and mixtapes in the car, just on, family trips with, early Stones and Simon and Garfunkel, Bob Dylan, like early Dylan. Yeah, just that kind of stuff.
That remastered Red album was
So we listen.
with the AI separation.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Sorry.
Yeah, pretty much everything's been said. Like when I was a huge Bee Gees fan, and Beatles, and we had a few like Joe Cocker records and George Harrison and stuff like that.
Sick.
That's all good stuff.
Yeah,
That's the America real good.
So, yeah.
Yeah, I didn't mention country music. I think my old man was a big country western fan too, which I still, I dig it now. I think for a while it probably turned me off. Listening to too much of that in the car trips, the Crescent Head or something.
Yeah, that reminds me. Yeah, my dad was right into Johnny Cash.
Country.
He loves Slim Dusty.
Yeah, true.
Excellent.
Fuck, we had John Denver on car trips. John Denver live album cassette.
How about you, Matt? Are you sort of same vintage as us, or like similar stuff?
I think so. Not too close, not too far away, and I'll be 60. I'm on that track anyway. But just the track just seems to get shorter, doesn't it?
Yeah, but similar music for you, or was it similar?
82 probably I started getting into the punk scene. Before that I was with my family, mum and dad. It was the Vinyls, early the Vinyls, plus ABBA and Rod Stewart and Perry Como. Yeah, I was tortured. I actually it made my love for the Divinals definitely. Like when I first heard them, it was like fucking wow, this is magic.
Yeah.
And then you see a film clip and you just love it even more, don't you?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So is there a genre of music that you really don't like listening to, or
Probably R&B, like modern R&B.
You are, but yeah,
Yeah, I like the old R&B,
yeah.
like modern R&B and kind of sort of rap stuff.
Yeah.
Pop.
Maybe opera for me. I've never really gotten a deep into opera. I don't dig it.
Yeah.
But I like most other stuff. I listen to most other music.
I'd say we're pretty eclectic on the whole. Everyone listens to a bit of everything, but
Yeah, absolutely.
nothing I would say, no, I can't listen to it. But yeah, modern R&B can be a bit, yeah.
Just not for me.
Yeah, there's too much good
you
stuff.
got the most favorite?
There's so much good music out there.
Mm.
You can't waste time listening to shit music.
Yeah, that's right.
Pretty
Exactly right.
thing as
Yeah,
well.
I like, yeah, modern
Like
country,
that pop kind of
country
Yeah,
stuff.
But
Yeah.
I will repeat what I say in every fucking interview. There is a gem in every genre.
Yeah,
yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm not a country fan, but hearing Casey Chambers did I heard a lot live Eminem
Oh, that-
losing it, or what, that Eminem song, the
Yeah, heard that.
Lose
Yeah, that's
Yourself.
interesting.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, she just did the most fantastic, amazing, fucking brilliant cover of that song that there could ever be. Really, that's all. I think there is a genre, at least one in every. There's a gem in every genre, at least one.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not going to spend the time trying to dig around and finding that gem in some of those genres, though.
Yeah, good. Have you got a most memorable gig? Can you all agree on one, or
As East Coast Love, or you mean just something
Just as
that you guys played?
Oh,
we
that we've
played?
played. Yeah.
Birdman
Yeah,
support,
that was good.
that was pretty rad.
Yeah.
Supported Radio Birdman at the old, Cambridge. It used to be there. I think they knocked it down. Anyway, Cambridge and Newcastle. That was
Yeah.
Wow.
club that was pretty important. Played heaps of gigs there over the years, I suppose, in our various. But we supported Radio Birdman. I think Mick Madew as well. Did they play?
Yeah.
I don't really remember his set as much, but they were good too. But that good crowd,
Yeah.
good gig.
I think I actually preferred when we played with the New Christ at the Cambridge. I thought that was a better show, like for me anyway. Yeah, just like packed into that smaller sidebar area.
Stage,
Yeah, it was really good.
That was good too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Who was better?
in East Coast Low.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think Adam, our drummer, his first gig was playing with Radio Birdman. Well, supporting
Wow.
radio. So that was good.
Good introduction to the band. Yeah, spin it downhill road.
That's definitely a good way to pop your cherry, isn't it?
Yeah.
Sure.
Hey, Matt, if I gave you all the chance to put together a 6-band gig, who would those bands be? Alive, dead, still playing, not playing anymore?
Yeah. Like
Anything.
a fantasy bill, yeah? Like put your own fantasy
Yeah,
gig together, yeah?
exactly. Yeah.
There you
Oh,
go.
yeah, the Powder Monkeys. Yeah.
I'll
Wow.
put in Bad Brains, like early Bad Brains would be pretty good.
Yeah. I reckon Rocket from the Crypt are one of the better live bands I've ever seen. Every time I've seen them, killer. Yeah.
He passed away recently, didn't he? What's his
Oh,
name?
Yeah, I heard about that.
Rocket from the
Yeah.
Crypt.
Yeah. Yeah, I forget his name. Not John Reese, the other guy.
drive like Jehu.
Drive
Oh,
like
no, he
Tyler
was in Rock
Pitch
Creek.
for- Was he?
No, he was in Hot Snakes.
Oh, Hot Snakes.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, what's
Yeah, that-
anyway.
Right from the
Okay,
cricket.
so that's
yours.
three. Powder Monkeys, Rock from the Cricket, Bad Brains.
Or I'll say Rocket from the Tombs.
Yeah. By the Dead Boys. Yeah. Very easy.
Anyone else?
Jimi Hendrix.
There you go.
Yeah,
Hendrix.
Hendrix would be good.
That'd be pretty
Double,
cool.
double set of Hendrix.
Yeah.
How's that?
Get
Be a
your ass
good
handed to you
Yeah.
in
My
Spectrum.
mother-in-law still Hendrix play.
Really?
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Growing up in Northern England.
Probably
Early G.
Early Gigi and the Jabbers.
Wear your raincoat.
Anyway, that sounds like a good bill. It doesn't matter which order, I suppose. You get them to draw their
Yeah.
number out of a hat, so that,
You wasn't TT the first.
you wouldn't put yourself on the bill.
No, we wouldn't put ourselves on them. Hell no.
Wouldn't you be like
Maybe open it.
Yeah, we do.
calling Jimi Hendrix would be a pretty amazing thing,
Yeah.
wouldn't it? supporting Jimi Hendrix would be pretty amazing
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
if you had put yourself on the
Want to
bill.
go after him.
Yeah. Good or bad, most memorable gig?
Personally,
Yes.
you want to go from left to right? Right to left or
What,
whatever.
for just us or
Like
in
East
general?
Coast Low Kick, or you mean anything we've seen?
Huh.
Anything we've seen.
Joe Strummer at the Metro.
I was going to say that.
That was pretty hectic.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was like, ooh.
I was going to say the Clash at the Capitol.
No, you just trumped us.
Probably the best.
Yeah, I'd love to have seen that.
Too young.
Sort of missed the bungalow at Cambridge in '96.
Oh, wow.
Really amazing.
Just bungle.
Beast Suburban at Cambridge in '92 doing the low road tour. That was fucking unreal. That's really good. Yeah, right up there.
Probably Prince as well. Like I wasn't a huge fan, but someone gave me a VIP ticket. It's like the new power generation. And
Hectic.
oh, insane! It's like it was one of the best shows. But and I'll probably controversial as well. Radiohead's got to be up there.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah,
Why is that
right.
controversial?
Well, some people do some, like
Yes, I saw it in
You know.
2004. Was that when you seen? 2004?
I think it might have been.
So in
Wow.
2012,
Yeah.
Just walking out of there like you
Yeah.
smacked that dead.
Yeah, that was pretty incredible.
Really good.
That PJ Harvey that we went to,
That
like
was
the
good.
three of us
Yeah,
went. I know
that
that.
was-
I don't know. Yeah, that was.
Always
Yeah.
amazing live, no matter what.
Yeah, that new venue at Darling Harbour. Actually,
yeah.
I
What
saw
is that place called?
something like
ICC.
Convention
Some
Centre.
boring
Yeah.
shit.
No, it's something like Apollo Super something. Anyway,
Yeah.
it's at Darling Harbour. Super.
That was unreal.
That's fucking.
I saw,
It
saw
was terrifying.
yeah,
Oh yeah.
at the same place.
Same place.
Yeah,
Oh,
I saw
yeah,
Kraftwerk
yeah,
there
yeah.
the other week. Kraftwerk
saw
played at
Devo.
the same place.
Oh, yeah.
Saw Devo there. the other-
Yeah, really?
Yeah, right.
Same drink.
Same
Okay.
drink.
I was wondering if it
That
was
was actually
the
theatre.
Yes.
Yeah.
Hope you got all that.
Yeah. I we didn't bore you there, mate.
No, you keep going. If you had to write, say you're a critic and you just went and saw you guys play, what would you actually write? What would your criticism or good, bad, what would you about yourselves?
Really fucking handsome.
Muscular.
Muscular. I don't know.
I would hope tight.
Good luck.
That can
with
vary.
man. Good luck.
Yeah. I don't know. Just fucking no frills rock and roll show. I don't know. Good songs, you'd hope.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
And,
Do you play any covers?
Not really.
No.
What
Yeah,
are we?
Fools cover.
The Fools. Yeah, a Newcastle band called Fools, who Chris used to be in, and yeah, great song called "Lonely and Yours."
Okay.
We used
Sadly,
Cover
the
Sally
the
Rice.
singer died. And, yeah.
Motorhead used to do.
That's right. We did a
Yeah.
Motorhead cover early on, and maybe just sell a bit of rifles.
Bowie.
yeah, we did a Bowie cover.
What'd you cover? We Suffragette City, no?
No.
No?
Rebel.
Yeah. Was it? It wasn't Gene Genie. That was Gene Genie, wasn't it?
Must have been good. Must have been a good cover.
I think we knocked it out when he died.
Rebel, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We've done a few covers, but we
Yeah.
don't normally stick with them for
Yeah.
that long. I don't know.
I like the Motorhead one though. We should bring that back. Used to do Metropolis.
Metropolis,
Motorhead.
yeah,
We should bring that back instead.
But what was the question? What we ride? But so maybe tight, maybe a little bit
Tight, a
real,
bit loose.
fucking, honest, fucking rock, punk rock
Real
and roll.
City punk rock
Yeah.
And roll. Indoor roll.
and all roll.
Yeah.
Do you have a venue that you love playing at?
As this band or just
Not
generally?
Not really.
Castle's a bit.
Yeah.
Stag and Hunters.
Actually,
Often-
yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
sound
Yeah.
on stage and
Stag and Hunter in Mayfield.
Almost limitless free drinks.
Yes. I don't know. They don't want us.
Well, it's
They
a
don't
raw,
understand that often.
it's a raw little venue, but the Lincoln Pin at Boy, they've got a shout out to
Yeah,
my
they're
lo-
great.
to my local.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's-
Good people.
excellent
Yeah,
bands
fun.
there. Excellent.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah.
spot to play. Played there a few times. But yeah, Stag and Hunter in Newcastle's decent.
probably the Mordens for places I play that.
I was going to say, you haven't
We're not
told us,
these
but
guys. There's a place in Rome we played as well, but not East Coast Low, but it's sort of this like communist
Amphitheatre.
enclave. No, it was like it was outside, but it was like a castle almost with four, corners with towers, and there was all these gypsies camping inside. They had a big outdoor stage and whatnot, and but someone had died in the gypsy camp, and wasn't sure whether the show was going to go ahead or not, out of respect. And yeah, went ahead. But, yeah, it was interesting. All the gypsies, they had Mercedes and BMWs. I guess
Yeah.
they don't pay rent.
Yeah.
Ford nice car.
that was a new cross, yeah.
That was the new cross.
Playing in
Rome.
Newcastle or outside?
No, in
Newcastle?
Rome. Oh, inside. Yeah.
Oh, you're
So
inside. Everyone's
it's
inside
sort of,
the castle. Yeah, sweet.
it was sort of, open air, like outdoors. It's
What was the
four
sound
walls
like?
around. Yeah, awesome.
So it sort of kept a bit of sound in. Is it?
It's open. So
Yeah. No, I mean the walls sort of keeping a bit of the sound bouncing in
I
there.
guess
or-
so.
Yeah.
That was pretty great.
Oh, that truck's seen it easily. Actually, when the band I played in when I was a younger kid, no reason we got to play at CBGB's.
Oh, yeah.
So that was a
Really?
yeah, that was a bit of a
What was that like? Did you feel like you had to make a statement, or you just?
Sammy, I think by the time we did it, I don't even remember when. It must have been late '90s or something. So we had a bloke from the States who was in a little sort of pop punk band called Tommy Griggs. He looked this up or found a review of No Reason in Maximum Rock and Roll, and so it was back in snail mail days. So it was like sending letters and then late night phone calls. And he came over, and we did a bit of a tour around the East Coast with him here. His bass player and his drummer piped out, so we had to throw a makeshift sort of rhythm section together. And anyway, he said, "Right, I'd come back, return the favour. You come to the States." So he lived in New Jersey, so he booked a bunch of shows, and one of them was CBGB's. It's like, "Fuck, how'd you do that?" And he said, "Oh, you just put your name down, and if it comes up, it comes up." But it was a midweek gig. There's probably like about 5 or 6 bands on, real mixed bill. But it was good. There's enough people there. It was, yeah, I think he rose to the occasion. Yeah, you
That's a
definitely
good claim
feel
to
a bit. Yeah, fully. I think it was kind of on. It's probably on its last legs by then.
That's got to be fun. Have you got kids?
Yeah, I've got a few kids. Yeah, my oldest is like 19.
It's
So
not
yeah,
really
you know,
good,
they get into music and sort of like, oh yeah. You know, you never shove it down their throat, but they pick it up, and I suppose they sort of snoop around there and go, oh, so, you know, that was your band, and one of my mates has got you and listens to your old band on freaking what, you know, whatever.
Jeff's
So
son,
you,
big guitar player.
Jeff's son's actually playing in bands and that now, so.
Yeah, that's a good.
so you don't have, you never thought, I don't want my kids to listen to my music. Is it
It's up to them.
What's happening?
Do you want your kids to listen to your own the music you
would you let your kids listen to your music?
I don't know, I don't play a lot of music that I've played, you know, I don't really listen to it a lot. You sort of listen to it heaps when you're recording it. And then once it's done, it's like, fuck, man, it's gone now. You never hear it again. Unless I'm like, oh, okay. Well. But yeah, so the kids will hear shit that you play anyway, incidentally, and it's funny how they kind of reject stuff till a certain age when you know that they're secretly, you know, listening to all that stuff. So I hear music coming from kids' room. It's like, oh, yeah, I know that song. I know all that stuff. It's all the stuff to play in the car, you know, when they were kids, when they were kids. So
Yeah, I've got to put up with that fucking rap shit.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a gem in that.
Yeah.
yeah, there's lots of gems in that category. But yeah, you got to be selective in that.
Where are the like Public Enemies, NWAs? You know?
Yeah, but like, it is such a fucked up. Like even the Australian R&B kind of thing, like 146. I live in Wollongong. My son, 12-year-old, oh, he was 11 at the time, because we lived 5 minutes away from the beach, and he went down the beach to have a swim, and then our daughter that was already down there came up and said, "Oh, have you heard of 146?"
No.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like they're pretty
Gangster.
Yeah, gangster.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's gangster shit.
Oh,
And
yeah. I think I have it.
yeah, and they were doing a film clip down just at our beach, and my son they gave him $100. They gave him $100 for doing it, but my son's in the film clip playing volleyball with these women in G-strings and no top.
And they paid him for that.
And he's like 11 years old. And then he races home and he grabs his motorbike and he goes down there. He's doing fucking wheel stands all the way down to the boat ramp and back. And they filmed all that and they put that in the film clip. And I really don't even know where that was going. Was there a question involved there?
it's a good
Just
yarn.
music that the kids are listening to.
Oh, yeah. Like, my kids are in the fucking worst. Like, my wife goes one time, she said to me, you know, don't fucking play your punk shit, like, around the kids and that, you know, because of the punk is pretty pornographic, blah, blah, blah. And I shook my head, kind of, what the fuck are you talking about? And then turned the TV on and it was, I want to fuck your hoe. And yeah, you're letting your kids watch this shit. And, you know, is a total, it's fucked.
Yeah, I find some of the morals and sort of ideals that they kind of look up to was
Like, that's the question. Like,
you know, money.
would you help your kids listen?
Yeah, a lot of gratuitous sex and violence. I don't think punk is sort of got a lot to do with that, you know.
No, I don't think so at all. And if it does, it's just in just being witty.
Yeah.
It's not being sexist or degrading or anything like that. It's just being witty.
Yeah, provocative.
Unless you're GG.
And left to the imagination, really. No, the R&B bullshit going around now, it's not really left to the imagination at all.
Yeah,
Totally
agreed.
agreed. Yeah. I'll have a
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Got a quarter.
So, studio, when are you going in there next?
We're sitting here right now.
We're here.
Oh, okay.
We were planning, on March to, start on a new album, but I think we're going to push that back a little bit and just do some demos first.
Yeah.
And Rob Younger's going to produce the album.
Wow.
And I've been getting a bit of help from Isaiah Mitchell as well. I'm working on some guitar parts. He plays guitar in Earthless and Black Crows.
Excellent. Like he's been producing music for 30 years now, hasn't he, Rob?
Rob,
yeah.
longer.
Yeah, longer. That's what it's, yeah. Even longer.
He died
Maybe.
pretty, you know.
And Jeff
What was the
worked with
first-
him. Worked
The
with him.
first World War 24 album I think he produced.
Sorry, what was that?
The old,
The first World War 24 album I think he produced.
Did he?
All right.
I think. Yeah.
The hamburger one, yeah, World War 24. Why, is that the one with the hamburger on the cover? Yeah.
Yeah, I think I pretty much think that that's all they really did is the
Yeah,
hamburger one.
I did another album in the
Yeah.
20s.
Later on. Yeah.
Oh, I love them. I've got him in Birdie for an interview, but he's just got to learn the Zoom shit.
Oh, yeah.
Keeps
Well,
getting
you
back.
play with
Oh, you
him too.
got to go
Yeah,
through
Black and Blue.
I played in a band called Black and Blue with Bert was the singer back in the 80s.
They were great, Black and Blue,
Yeah.
man.
Many years. I mean, we used to play with World War 24, back in 82 and 83 and that.
The guy out of town was in Black and Blue too, wasn't he?
Good times when I was 2.
That was brilliant. Yeah, it's really good. They kind of were like the Aussie DKs in a way. They sound real old school punk sound with good guitar riffs and good lyrics.
Yeah, Rob produced that recent Civic album as well, which is what made me sort of think of it.
Okay.
It sounds great. I love that album. It's awesome.
Yeah, Taken by Force.
Taken by
Yeah,
Force, yeah.
sounds good.
Who would you like to support? What is your dream?
Just about anybody.
Oh,
Dream.
dream. Dreams come
I
true.
don't know. What do you reckon, Jeff? Swerve driver for Jeff?
We've already supported.
Oh, you already have.
Yeah,
Yeah. Ah.
Who's at the bar on the hill? It'd be a pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, they're playing there.
First thing I thought of.
Force.
Maybe the Helicopters or
Yeah, that'd
Helicopters.
be
the Soundtrack of Our Lives, another one of my favourites. I like a lot of Scandinavian rocks, or the Nomads, Swedish band, the Nomads.
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
Actually, that's good you said that. I haven't asked that question in so long. I've got to ask it while it's still in my head. You're going to do a score for a movie. What genre movie would you choose to do the score for?
To be horror.
Yeah, horror.
Or porn.
Horror comedy.
Or pornography.
Yeah.
Horror porn.
Horror porn.
Horror
movie.
Like Cheech and Chong or something.
There's a movie. There's a Nicolas Cage movie called Mandy. I don't know if you've seen it, but I fucking love it. It's great. The soundtrack is just phenomenal. The guy died. He's Icelandic guy, guitarist, and it's just this fucking doomy, just amazing atmospheric soundtrack. Yeah.
Well, the biopic, the East Coast Love Story. Do the music for that one.
Yeah, we could do that for easy.
That's pretty funny.
I thought not bad.
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
7.
So tell me about tell me about you guys.
Uh,
About band.
Yeah, about the band. Like, what have you achieved? What do you want to achieve? What's in the near future? What's in the far future? What do you want to
where do you see
do
yourself?
with the band?
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, a
Well,
bit of
obviously we're not
history
going to
first.
conquer the world. Yeah, history. We formed in 2015, I think. 2015, and the first lineup of the band had the guy Troy Sherry playing guitar, and a drummer Nikolai Danko. And after a couple of years, Troy left for greener pastures, and
He's in Neptune Power Federation.
yeah, he was doing that thing with Buffalo as well, Dave
Mm.
Beast in Buffalo. Yeah, and luckily Al stepped into the fray, and that was great. And
That was a fair trade.
yeah, it was a very very fair trade. Yeah,
It was more of a sort of a metal background, whereas
Yeah,
Al was probably
rocky
more of a
too.
punk
yeah,
background. I think that
Yeah.
probably maybe, sort of worked out in a way.
yeah, it worked out well. Yeah, and
I got to interrupt. Parkway. I saw an interview with Parkway Drive. And it was an interview with. It was actually an interview in a documentary about them.
oh yeah,
And they had, this was an interview. I think with the guy from V, Channel V, and he was in houses and shit. Fuck, what's his name? Anyway, he interviewed them, and he goes, "Oh, well, we're never going to make money from this."
Yeah.
They did. So I
Yeah.
think, yeah, you can't say that you're never going to make money. You might be one of those bands that.
No, I think we can say that.
Yeah.
There's always a future that.
I don't think you
Um,
can sort of, in this day and age, work under the premise that you are going to,
Yeah.
there's not a reason for doing it.
There's bands that obviously do it for that. They're the sort of bands that probably
yeah,
want to listen. Like you can kind of pick it, bands
Yeah.
trying to throw something against the wall and see what sticks or that sort of shit.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
Yeah.
Enjoyable, it's good fun. You create stuff, you want to do it and create it.
yeah,
Yeah.
I've been doing it for
definitely.
years and I'm still not making lots of money.
yeah. Oh, you're
But,
independent,
like-
but that's not from rock and roll.
No.
Yeah.
But
Are you
Jeff's
all
living
playing
close.
the instruments that you wanted to play when you grew up?
Say again.
Sorry, mate.
Are you all playing the instrument that you wanted to play when you first started thinking about being in a band?
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
did you go, I might actually stop that and try this?
No,
I think Spike would like to be playing guitar.
Well, I started playing bass when I first started, and then sang only because no one else in the band could sing or wanted to. So I only sing in these live. So it's a bit different. I enjoy it though. It's good fun.
Yeah.
It's sort of freeing just having a microphone and just going, all right, well, I don't have to just get into the music.
yeah,
I don't have to worry about making the music, but try and add to
Yeah.
it with vocal
Exactly, yeah.
sounds. But yeah, no, I'm quite happy doing that.
Yeah.
I still muck around on just like guitar and bass or whatever.
yeah, like writing and mucking
To
about.
write stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
So really,
I've always just played.
I guess what I was asking, where do you see yourselves in 15 years? Do you see yourself in
Probably did.
That's the spirit.
well, my wife said,
I don't know if we're doing it, but I just want to keep putting out decent records every
Yeah.
few years. Like,
Try and make each record better.
yeah,
Within budget that we had.
it'd be good to be one of those bands like 30 years down the track, people kind of discover, the music. Like that band
Ah.
Death, or, I saw the doco on telly the other night.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they
That's great.
go, oh, fuck, that record's pretty cool. And yeah,
Florida band, yeah.
the black guys,
Yeah.
no, not the thrash metal
Oh,
band.
okay.
Yeah,
No, Detroit.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
look,
Yeah.
look, as I was as I was saying, I've been in the punk scene mainly as a punter and roadie and all that since '82, and I'd never heard. Have you heard of the Rejected?
Yeah.
I'd never heard of these guys, and like I lived in Surrey Hills the whole '80s. Went to Lansdowne, Harold Park Hotel, the town. Like we went and saw a band nearly every night of the week. And I never heard of these guys. Ever heard of them. And I got a message on saying I asked them if they wanted to do an interview once I found them, and they said no, but we'll send you some stuff, maybe you can do a review. And they sent me 3 vinyls, 7 CDs, shirt, a cup, a stubby hole. Like, but I'd never heard of these guys, and they were since '84, I think they started.
Where are they from?
What, Sydney
Yeah,
punk band or something, were they? Yeah, right.
I've never heard
Yeah,
of them.
No.
yeah.
So you know them out.
I know they were.
Like this, they still must be doing music, because one of the songs on the CD was 2 Girls, 1 Cup. And we've all seen that thing on YouTube about that, haven't we?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it
I'll
just
send me that
sounds
one.
funny.
Yeah, look it up.
Yeah,
Look at actually, I prefer the 2 Girls, 1 Cup reactions video.
Yeah, true.
Heard of it.
Yeah.
Like get your grandma down and sit her down in front of the computer and play her the video and film her reaction. I'll be quite
Definitely. So well, we don't. Maybe 15 years was a bit of a leap.
Yeah, maybe if we were in our 20s, it might be.
Yeah.
Probably nursing home.
Yeah.
But
But
definitely,
you love what you're doing. You love what you're doing.
Maybe 5 years.
Maybe.
a couple more albums.
Couple
anyway.
more.
I reckon we've definitely,
Yeah.
got some decent songs to
A
write.
bit more touring, some, maybe some better support,
Yeah.
touring acts and whatnot. That'd be great.
I want to do that Spain thing, when Australian bands go over and do those little rock and roll holiday playing shows all through Spain or Italy.
Wow.
Or that's what I'd like to do. France.
Mm.
Yeah.
In Canada, if you can get from another country proven 9 gigs, the government of Canada will pay for your airfare, your accommodation. They give you a grant
Yeah, right.
to tour.
A non-Canadian band.
No, a Canadian band.
Oh, Canadian band.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So-
so we just don't support it
That's great. Yeah.
enough here in Australia. Like, as well, like in Europe, like a lot of, in Canada, a lot of venues where they have government funding and support, like motors and whatnot. And so the alcohol sales, where we're so dependent on that, sort of, we're so tied to it here in Australia, It's like it doesn't,
Yeah.
it's just the cream on top. Like if they have a bad night, it's not the end
There's
of the
no
world,
risk. Yeah, the risk
And
is
so they
lower.
can take more risks.
Yeah.
And here in Australia, like, and it's understandable, venue operators, they're there to make money,
Yeah,
but
I was actually
they're more risk averse,
definitely. But I was actually talking to a guy who said he had to pay to play.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I believe it.
Not unusual.
Yeah.
You've heard of that, Jeff? Paying to play.
That's just big.
That's
kind of do.
You go to Wollongong or whatever to
Well,
play a gig.
Yeah, once you bought a set of strings and filled up your tank of petrol, you've
Yeah.
pretty much paid to play anyway.
2 cars.
I heard that about band, like in the UK, like in London in particular. I don't know if it's still the case, but yeah, if you were a small band, you'd have to pay
to get on the bill.
to get on bills.
Yeah.
Like PA.
Whatnot.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Have you? Do you remember the Playroom on the Gold Coast?
Yeah, played there. Yeah.
Yeah, you played there.
Yeah.
And Beryl would have looked after you. I think how she looked after the bands.
Yeah,
was just fucking the next level. She did.
Yeah.
Made sure that two Eskies in the band room.
that's so
Always-
important. No, and it doesn't take that much to kind of look after people and you know.
Right. I've actually got a Besser brick, which was from the band room
Oh, really? Oh,
when they were ripping it down. Yeah.
yeah, right.
My mother lived on the other side of the bridge,
Yeah,
and like I started going there at 14.
yeah.
And then
We had so
stagger
many great
home.
beer barns in the 80s that, you know, you could play at.
Yeah.
And in Sydney as well, it was like a, you know, international acts. They'd have a whole touring circuit in Sydney, you know, like play like 7 nights and these massive beer barns and on the northern beaches, you know, you'd have the Narrabeen Antler and the Manly Vale Hotel and the Jet Club, the DY, and you know, like big, you know, decent sized venues. You had Salinas.
Nation Club.
Yeah,
It's a good venue.
out west there was, you know, lots of big venues as well, and it's all gone. It's not all gone.
Same with up in Queensland. It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
First they took Bombay Rock off us, then the Jet Club.
Yeah.
Currumbin Hotel, then the Patch, then the Playroom.
Yep.
I've heard like they got Vinnie's dive or something. I haven't been to Queensland for a while. Easy 15 years. But they've supposedly have got some mad venues that have started up now. There's one guy that up there that I saw did an interview with his brother who was in a band. He said he put bands on in his garage. He'd open up his garage, the band would be there, and you're in the driveway, kind of thing.
Mm.
And Guttermouth played there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they had the night off, and then the next night they had to do a gig. And in their night off, this guy talked them into the band into playing in his car park. Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty fantastic.
Yeah.
So to finish this off, like
What's happening?
what's happening with like your East Coast
We've
Slade?
got a couple of shows up North New South Wales, organised by the band Son of Jaguar, which mate was playing in, and I think the guy, the bass player from Grinspoon was in there.
He's not in them.
Oh, he's not in them.
So February, March.
That's like early February, and just Bellingen and
Cox, no,
yeah. So yeah, a little short run up for shows on the North Coast.
Yeah.
And we don't really have that much book, do we?
Yeah, got one in Newcastle in early March, but we're mainly trying to get songs together for this new album.
Yeah.
That's the kind of focus at the moment.
I just want to get that done and then, you know, get a new one out, and then we'll kind of hit it.
Yeah. Well, I've got an offshoot of this show, sharing a drink with Matt, the album reviews.
Cool.
And whenever you're ready for that, we'll do an album review on your next.
Yeah.
Yeah, sweet, mate. That'd be good.
Thanks,
It's
Matt.
coming on. I reckon we've got about half a dozen songs, more or less, ready.
Ready to roll.
So we'd like. It's weird, like we tend to write better together. Someone brings something in and we just bash it around till it becomes something better. But we need to get our act together before we get in with Rob to record it. But yeah, it's hard, you know, everyone's working, you know, normal sort of stuff. So it's more of an escape for us.
Thank you so much for being on the show, guys.
Thanks, Matt. Appreciate it, mate.
Thanks, mate. Cheers.
I hope you have a good time.
Thanks
Come
for
and see
reaching
us
out to
sometime.
us, mate.
All right.
Saw you
Thanks,
had
Jeff.
one the other day when Al told me we gonna interview